Good afternoon. And thank you all for coming here. And welcome to the 7th annual Florida Bar Induction Ceremony. And before we get started, I wanted to introduce Dr. Claudia Herrera. She's the director of St. Thomas University's Campus Ministry and Faith, and she will be giving the invocation.
Good afternoon, dear brothers and sisters. It is an honor to open in prayer at such solemn ceremony and celebration. As we begin this afternoon, I am going to invite you all to put ourselves in the presence of God. I would like to contemplate words from the prophet Micah in the Old Testament, a prophet of Israel who was moved by the Spirit of God and led a strong concern and commitment for the lowly and less fortunate of the society of Israel, the outcast, the afflicted, the marginalized. And these are the words. And what does the Lord require of you, says the Lord? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. God, we gather together to give you thanks and to commemorate in prayer and celebration our law school graduates who will be inducted today into the Florida Bar. We give you thanks for a path of much effort, dedication, patience, strength, and success. We give you thanks for those who walked with our graduates along the way, their families, familias, and their friends. Thank you, Lord, for the faculty, staff, and administration who walked in hope, mentorship, and prayer through their law school journey and bar preparation. But today we also pray for hope, for those who have lost or are seeking hope. We all embark in the uncertainty of a new journey every day. May your grace, your love, and mercy be with us as we move forward into a new chapter of our lives. We ask you to bless us and to remain with us. St. Thomas More, the patron of lawyers, says in his prayer, as we sit at our desks, as we read in our libraries, as we listen to our clients' tales, as we work for the people, as we use our gifts and talents into practice, as we find our path. So when you call us at the end of this journey and ask us, what does the Lord require of us? We may be able to say in hope that we lived justly, that we loved mercifully, and that we walked humbly with you, God. And we ask this in your name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for that wonderful words of inspiration and certainly the invocation to begin this proceeding. Welcome to all our new inductees. The suspense is over. You got your letter, right? It's official. You passed. Lucky you, because when I did it, it was a letter in 2 parts. And then you either got the big letter that was bad news or the thin one that said you passed. Now it's one heart failure at one time on the internet. So that tells you how old I am, but that's a different issue for a different day. Welcome to all the family members as well, to our new president, Mr. Armstrong, all the deans and faculty members of this institution, to which I am privileged to be a part of. And I want to thank you for being here for our 7th annual induction. It's amazing that it's been 7 years going. But the good news is every year the crowd here seems to be growing, so that's good news. More and more lawyers are coming out of St. Thomas. I see more and more familiar faces on a daily basis in front of me, and it's a good thing. And most of them are well-trained, and I'll have more remarks about the expectations of the new inductees as we go further. But to the parents, I'm sure you're all happy. Your children are off your payroll now, and they're on self-sufficient. So that's always good news for you, right? We never leave, though. Remember that. But at least they are on their own, hopefully starting a much better and much more interesting life as they begin their roles as attorneys and advocates in whatever field they choose, because there's many wide ranges of professions in this area to help your clients. They will decide all of that. I would ask our president to come forward, please, and give his welcome to all of us, please. President Armstrong.
Welcome, everyone, to St. Thomas Law. This is exciting. Yeah, I see a lot of big smiles, and I saw a lot of hugs when I came in. I wonder why. Aha. Because I, as the new president of St. Thomas University, have to thank you. You made my job easier. Because you got great scores, over the average in the state of Florida, put us up to 5th in the state. Thank you. Your law school alumni are excited. I've talked to them. I had my first Board of Trustees meeting this past Saturday. Your trustees are excited. That made my trustee meeting go a lot better. And the whole community. I was with a lawyer today at lunch downtown. They're all excited. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your efforts. And I want to thank our law faculty, our law school administration, Dean Lawson, Dean Garcia, and all the faculty and staff that work so hard to prepare these students to go out and do so well on the Florida bar exam. So a big round of applause for all of them. So many great things happening at the law school. Last winter, we were national champions in the arbitration labor area. #1 serving Hispanic school in the country. Our Human Rights Initiative. Last night I was at the Inn of Courts event at the restaurant downtown, and our students were talking about the work that they did in immigration at the detention centers in Texas. Living the mission. That's what we're doing here at the law school at St. Thomas University. As I've said to many people in my short time here, it's my 56th day. Not that anybody's counting. Every great American city has a great Catholic university. Miami is a great American city. I'd even say it is the American city. It's what America is all about. And we strive to become that great Catholic university here in Miami and South Florida. And STU Law is helping us get there. You're giving us a great start. So thank you. And I want to thank all of you for living the mission to become ethical leaders in our global community. And Claudia brought up Thomas More. My most recent position before here was the president of Thomas More College in Northern Kentucky. And so since she brought that up, I'll bring up my favorite quote from Thomas More, and I hope that you will follow that and live it. Thomas More said before he was beheaded for his beliefs, "I am always and will always be the king's servant, but God's first." God bless all of you. Go Bobcats and go STU Law.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. I'd ask Dean Singer, please, to come forward and present the candidates.
Good afternoon, everyone, and This is always one of my most favorite things to do as a dean here at St. Thomas Law School, to be able to present our candidates for admission to the bar. It just warms my heart to see all of you here and smiling and successful. And so I congratulate all of you on a job really well done. I also want to extend a thanks to the family and friends who are out there. You know that they could not have done what they did without you. So congratulations to all of you for putting up with them for, yeah. So now, Judge Lopez, it is my distinct pleasure and privilege to present to you these candidates for admission to the Florida Bar.
Thank you, Dean. I think in keeping with what we've been doing for many years past, I'd like all of the candidates for admission, all the inductees, to please come up here, leave your oaths down. What we will do, the procedure is I will swear in the group as a whole, and then once we are done with the finalization of the proceedings and our final words by Mr. Koss, then we will come up individually and we'll each sign. We can take photographs if you wish, have your family come down, take a picture as well. And so it's one nice, big, happy event for everybody. Then I believe afterwards they have refreshments too, right? So we should try to get all of that. So I need all of the members, all of the new inductees, please come on up. Somebody bring me one oath. I should know it by heart, but give it to me. And then that one. Thank you, sir. He doesn't need it. Come on, come on. Everybody, come on up. All right, to all my inductees, kindly raise your right hands and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Florida. I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will employ for the purpose of maintaining the causes confided to me such means only as are consistent with truth and honor, and will never seek to mislead the judge, especially me, or jury, by any artifice or false statement of fact or law. I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets of my clients, and will accept no compensation in connection with their business except from them or with their knowledge and approval. To opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility, not only in court, but also in all written and oral communications. I will abstain from all offensive personality and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness, unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged. I will never reject from any consideration personal to myself the cause of the defenseless or oppressed or delay anyone's cause for lucre or malice. So help me God. Congratulations, you are all members of the Florida Bar. Thank you. Okay, parents, Now that they've been sworn in, be careful, they're going to want to charge you more of an hourly rate. At this moment, I would like to ask our Dean Lawson to please come forward with her remarks.
Thank you. I'm so excited for you. As you know, we pride ourselves as a family here at St. Thomas, and as a family, I'd like to also invite our Provost and Dean Garcia to come up and help me with these remarks and join me with these remarks. I would just like to add that you're beginning a new family right now. And I'm not your professor anymore, and I'm not your dean anymore. I'm your colleague, fellow lawyer. I'm so excited to say that. And you are joining a new community, the alumni community, the esteemed alumni of St. Thomas University School of Law. And I will be calling on you to help me. Isn't that exciting? And I'm creating a new Young Lawyers Division of our advisory board. So I want your counsel, I want your feedback, and I want your input. I want your mentorship for the next generation of St. Thomas Law graduates. So I'm just overwhelmed with excitement. I know how hard you've worked. I was there with you some of those weekends and chasing you in the parking lot, bringing you back in, and I love how you guys met our challenge. And you have inspired the next generation, so I thank you.
Well, to echo Dean Lawson, you can call me Al. Remarkable accomplishment, remarkable accomplishment. I've got to tell you this, I am glad I did not take the bar with you. And I've got to tell you a little vignette to magnify the extent of your accomplishment. We were at a meeting with the Florida Supreme Court, which administers the bar, and they currently test 27 subjects. And we've always been harping on the Supreme Court to streamline the test into more manageable number of subjects of 14. And at the time, the head of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners said, well, we did a study of how many subjects were tested dating back to 1978. And in 1978, there were 9 subjects tested in the bar, at which point the Supreme Court justice went like this, because he took the bar in 78. So that underscores the extent of your wonderful accomplishment. And I know that you've made us all proud. And for those of you who may have had to have taken this exam more than once, I remind you of Truman Capote's famous phrase that goes like this: failure is the condiment, that gives success its flavor. Let me repeat that, because we all fail. We're humans. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. So even if you didn't take it and pass it the first time, be very proud of yourself. So I'm incredibly thrilled to be part of this law school in this community for now coming up on 3 decades, although I was only 12 when I got here. And it is a unique community, and I am very proud of it, and I'm very proud of each and every one of you, and especially the ones that I had the privilege and honor of having taught last year. I'm coming back to teach next year because I miss you guys so much. So congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Garcia, Dean Lawson. Al, I took it in about 78, 83 actually, but it was also a number of exams as well. I don't know when you took it, but you know, about that time.
I take the 5th.
There you go. I taught him well. I've known Dean Garcia for many years, and he's always been that type of person, as you saw here, and as this school is always for all of its students, all of its law students. You are one family. They're always there for you. They're there to help you. You're not just a number. You're not just something they try to push through so they can get to the next class, which you don't see in a lot of other institutions. So feel blessed that you are leaving here from St. Thomas as a lawyer. And whether or not you took it once or twice, it's really irrelevant now because you've been sworn in, and now you are on the same footing as everybody else, and you will take your talents with you and move forward. So congratulations again to all of you. The parents, again, thank you for your sacrifices, because it's not easy carrying your kids for many of those of you that have helped them through this education. I know my parents worked hard to give me everything I could do to be the best I could be. And as I see from all these smiling faces in front of me here, you've done the same for them. And certainly I would hope and expect that they tell you that many times over the coming years. Somebody has to take care of us when we get older, and it's going to be this crew of younger ones that are here. All right. I've been a sitting judge now for almost 22 years, and I see lawyers come and go, and I see good lawyers come and go. And the best thing I can tell this crop of new lawyers, be prepared, be truthful, follow that oath that you just took, because if you listen to that oath, and you may never read it again, but every so often when you feel down somehow, take a look at it and read it again. And if you follow that oath day in and day out, I promise you, you will have a successful law career. If you deviate from that oath, we will be reading about you in Supreme Court opinions, and we don't want that from St. Thomas University grads. I have nothing but the highest of respect for all of you. This institution, since I got here now many years ago, and I always used to hear, St. Thomas, St. Thomas. I said, no, it is an institution that has arrived, and you are all showing that on a daily basis, as I see from all the lawyers that appear before me that come from St. Thomas. And I make a disclosure and say they went to St. Thomas. Does anybody have a problem with that? And then I talk to the new lawyers, and then I go, okay, your motion is denied, go away. All right. But as you enter your new phase in life, just please remember that, and I thought our president said it well from Thomas More. This is a Catholic university in a great city. Miami is the gateway to Latin America and a lot of places in the world. And keep God first in your heart, keep God first in your practice, and you will succeed in life. And certainly, I congratulate you all, and I wish you nothing but the best, and look forward to seeing many of you on a day-to-day basis, should you choose to stay here in Miami, in whatever branch of the law that you end up going into. And with that, I'd ask Mr. Koss, George Koss, our Assistant Dean, for final closing remarks, and we'll begin the formal signing and picture-taking process, so you can all get the food and drinks out there. George?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Well, good afternoon again, everyone, and thank you for being here to the 7th Annual Florida Bar Induction Ceremony at St. Thomas University School of Law. As your new Assistant Dean for Alumni Relations and Development, I want to first and foremost congratulate you all on achieving your goal of not only graduating from law school, but passing the Florida Bar. That's another round of applause to our graduates. Right? And just as a side note, it's great seeing so many smiles, not only from our graduates, but from the audience. So I just wanted to share that with you, because it really is a touching moment to be here and seeing all the smiles in the audience. But as I continue, I next want to thank the participants of today's ceremony. Thank you, Dr. Claudia Herrera, for your beautiful invocation. Thank you, Judge Peter Lopez, for your appreciated tradition of administering the oath to our graduates. Thank you, President Armstrong, for your presence here today and for your inspiring words. Thank you, Assistant Dean Barbara Singer, for presenting the candidates. Thank you, Dean Tamara Lawson and Provost Al Garcia, for being an inspiration and leaders to our student body, our faculty, our administration, and to our alumni. Thank you to my assistant, Stephanie, for helping me put together this beautiful celebration together. Thank you to all the family and friends of our graduates here today, and for those who couldn't be here today. Your continued support of your daughter, your son, your wife, your husband, your granddaughter, your grandson, your niece, your nephew, your friend. You all helped them achieve their dream. Most importantly, I want to thank you, our graduates, for your hard work and dedication in passing the Florida Bar. But I also want to thank you, the class of 2018, for your class gift of the 3 water fountains that are located at our law school today. We created 3 plaques in your honor, honoring your donation, and they were each placed above the water fountain. So thank you very much for that donation. Even though you are no longer students of St. Thomas Law School, and I'll reiterate the words of Dean Lawson, you will always be part of the St. Thomas Law School family. This moment reminds me of when I graduated from St. Thomas University School of Law back in 1993. And then I passed the bar in that same July of 1993. I remember it as if it was still yesterday. Cherish this moment. Cherish your classmates. Cherish your faculty. And cherish your family. They all were integral components of helping you reach this incredible level. If you cherish them, this moment will live inside you forever. You are now alumni of St. Thomas Law. You all received today your law alumni pins, and you're all wearing it. Doesn't it look good? Thank you for wearing them. Wear it with pride. We want you, since you will always be part of the St. Thomas Law family, to remain involved with St. Thomas. You will receive communications from the Alumni Relations Office regarding upcoming events, alumni receptions, and opportunities to remain involved with the law school and with the student body. I encourage everyone to stay connected with the school. You will obtain great rewards in doing so by continuing your networking connections and by participating with the school that helped you become who you are today. And that's a great lawyer. Graduates, we now will have Judge Lopez sign your oath of attorney form. In order to be most efficient, we would like the first 2 rows, the 3rd and 4th row, to please rise and form a line. Bring your oath of attorney forms and just proceed to the judge's bench, and he'll be more than happy to sign them. Family members may stay here to take your pictures. And finally, I would like to welcome everyone to join us in the breezeway for food and refreshments. Thank you very much for attending.
Do you have family? Hey? For all of the kids coming in, family, come on up as well. If you want to be here, this is your moment too. You all can be seated if you want. I'm going to take you one by one, but I want everyone to have an opportunity. Come up with their folks.